Hi guys, it's Francesca here from Snap Revise to give you the top 5 tips for maximising marks in A-level biology. My first tip is read the question. Please, please, please read the full question. It sounds so obvious, but often that's what's going to trip you up in exams. Reading the full question means that not only do you include in your answer everything the examiners have asked for, so if they give you a diagram and ask you to describe and explain it, make sure you do both. But secondly, reading the full question can often give you more information because the question contains a lot of information usually. And just reading through it fully means you don't miss any of that and you can actually use it to help answer your question. My second tip is be specific. So you won't get any marks for writing sort of vague analogies to things. Make sure you write what you've learnt and you really are concise in your answers and you use scientific terminology. That's what I mean by being specific. So make sure you understand them before you get into the exam. My third tip is time manage. Again, this requires a tiny bit of preparation. Before you get into the exam, make sure you know how long it is and how many marks are available for that paper. Take the maximum number of marks available, divide it by the number of minutes, and that will give you a rough idea of the pace that you should be working at. So if you have a 60-mark paper that only takes an hour to sit, you're working at 1 mark per minute. That having been said, also try to leave a little bit of time at the end to go through and check your answers. My fourth tip is answer every question. Even if you feel in the exam like you're really struggling to remember anything about the topic, there's often information in the question, as I said. You can use that to try and fumble around and find an answer, but the only way you're ever going to guarantee yourself no marks for a question is by not writing anything. Also, if you've left questions blank to come back to, make sure you go back to them. My fifth tip is don't panic. You're going to be fine. Go into the exam confident and set yourself up well as well. So get a good night's sleep. Honestly, you're not going to perform well if you pull an all-nighter and keep yourself up on caffeine for the next day. Get a good night's sleep. Have a good breakfast, make sure you know where things are. So if you want to look over those revision notes, do that and make sure that they're prepared and in the right place. Make sure you've got your pencil case ready. Sounds obvious, but make sure your calculator works, make sure you've got your pens. And that's it, don't panic.